Hey there, this is Akshandan. Welcome back to a new video, and in this video I'm going to tell you about my journey of being a freelancer in the app development field. Right, it's been 3 years and I've been working as a freelancer, and I started out in 2020. And first of all, I'm not here to boast about my income, or I did not put any figure on the road on the thumbnail that I earned this much, and I don't want to attract more and more people. I'm here to give you the reality, the real journey, the real roadmap, the real tips of how you can also become a good or a successful freelancer in the app development field. You can, if you are from web development or any other tech field also, that's also fine. You can also connect, and because the tips, the crux is also going to remain the same, right? So let's begin. And I think that according to my experience, I think that for any freelancing, it can be app dev, web dev, or any other tech field or any other non-tech field also, I think that there are 3 pillars of freelancing, right? And if you follow these 3 pillars, if you try to build these 3 pillars, then you can automatically become a good freelancer, right? So first of all is your skill, second is your name, and third is your consistency. So these are the 3 pillars. Skill is there. Obviously you should be having a skill which you will be marketing, which you will be selling, right? Then there is your name, right? You should have some audience, you should have some portfolio, right? And there is some consistency, right? It's not like that you are going to get 1 client, 2 clients in 1 month and then it's all planned, right? So these are the 3 pillars that I believe that if you follow, right, if you try to build these 3 pillars with your skill, with your personality, then I guess that you can become a good freelancer, right? So let's go one by one and let's see. Let's try to connect with my journey, and then you can also try to connect with your journey also, right? So let's pick up the first thing, that is skill, right? So as you know that I'm an app developer, so I did not try to just learn native also, Flutter also, or React Native also, Ionic also, and try to get more and more and more clients. No, it's not like that. You don't need to become you don't have to become master of everything. You just have to become master of one. So I picked Flutter, right? So this I'm telling you in the starting phase. Currently I know Flutter, I know backend, I know system design and a lot of things, but the thing from which I started, right, from which I started my freelancing journey, it was Flutter, right? So Flutter is a cross-platform framework by Google used to build apps, right? So the first key line, so whenever in my LinkedIn also, I'm talking about in 2021, right? So it's been 3 years I have been in the freelancing field. So in 2021, in my LinkedIn, in my Instagram, in my YouTube, in my Upwork profile, in my Fiverr profile, below my name there was only one sentence, that is a professional Flutter developer, right? Or a Flutter expert, something like this, so that it should depict, it should show that okay, this is a person and he's an expert, he's a professional in this field. That's it. No, nothing else, right? And you can also say that, hey, why I can't write mobile app developer? Okay, but the client is with Flutter needs or React Native fields or Ionic needs, right? Then if he sees Flutter, then he's going to get attracted to you, and it will also be better for the platform to recommend you to the clients, right? So mention your skill, pick your niche, right? So mention your skill, pick your niche. This is a very good tip that you should keep in mind, that try to become master of one thing at a time, and then you can pick another steps. So obviously, so I knew Flutter, so then I thought that hey, Firebase is not enough or MongoDB is not enough. I have to learn many backends. I learned Node.js, Express.js with TypeScript, Python. I learned Flask so that I can fulfill many clients. But at the start, I picked only one niche, that is Flutter. I was a front-end developer, front-end app developer using Flutter, right? So this was my skill. And skill is not a thing that okay, I started learning Flutter and now I'm a freelancer. It's not like that. You have to give a lot of time to this skill, right? I think that any technical skill you can pick Flutter or any software development framework, to be more precise, right? You can pick Flutter, you can pick React Native, you can pick Ionic, you can pick Node, Express, Flask, Django, Spring Boot, Go, anything, any SDK or any kit or any language. I think that if you give proper time of 6 to 12 months, that is 6 months to 1 year, then I guess that you can call yourself at the intermediate stage or at the beginner or at the advanced stage also, depending on the projects that you have done, right? Always do intermediate projects and advanced projects for sure. Don't just learn beginner, don't just do beginner projects and say yourself, okay, I'm a freelancer and I'm going to go and dive into this ocean of freelancers, right? Then you will not get any client. You have to practice a skill for at least 6 to 12 months, do some great projects, and then dive into that ocean, because that's an ocean. You're not doing a job, because in job you have to just compete with your colleagues. In a class you just have to compete with your classmates, but in freelancing field you have to compete with the whole world, right? A person sitting in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in US, in Canada is also competing with you. He's also competing to get a client, right? So then you have to be a master of one skill. So this was the skill. So I started out in 2020. I learned, so it was just about the period of lockdown, and I started learning Flutter, right? So from 2020 to 2021, I was not active in the Upwork or Fiverr field. I was just learning Flutter and making some videos. So through those videos only, I was getting internship offers and some small individual client offers, right? So this was the period I focused on my skill, right? From 2020 to 2021, that was complete 1 year I gave totally to Flutter frontend, right? So this was about skill. Now if we talk about name. So okay, you are a freelancer, you made your profile on Upwork or Fiverr or LinkedIn or Instagram, but just making a profile is not enough nowadays. Everyone is having their own profile. Everyone is mentioning that they are developers, they are engineers, right? And they are just saying open to work, and clients can reach out to them also. So making a profile is not enough nowadays. Making a profile is not enough. Then what to do? You have to talk about your skill, talk about your profile. This is the key point. You have to start talking about your profile. So when I was learning Flutter, and I believe that I was at intermediate stage, I started making videos. I started talking about in the community that, hey, I am a Flutter developer, I know Flutter, right? Then that's why I got an internship offer in Geeks for Geeks and Under 25, right? And so you have to talk about your profile. You have to make a portfolio. You have to continuously make LinkedIn post or Twitter post. So LinkedIn and Twitter, this is another key point. LinkedIn and Twitter are the best platforms to get clients, right? Because everyone is on LinkedIn. Every entrepreneur or startup owner or business owner is on LinkedIn and Twitter also. So if you are a developer, if you are an engineer, talk about your skill on these two platforms. And if you are more talkative, if you are more good at your communication skills, then make YouTube videos also, right? That's what I did, right? I started making YouTube videos also, started teaching Flutter, started making tutorials on Flutter, because YouTube videos are more relevant because they are around 10 to 15 minutes, right? In LinkedIn post, in Twitter post, Instagram post, they are just written text, and sometimes nobody has time to read those texts. It's very boring. It becomes very boring. But YouTube videos are 10 to 15 minutes. So client is actually in contact with you or with your skill for that much average duration, right? So this is going to make the client more comfortable for approaching to you, or it is going to make him more confident of reaching to you, right? So YouTube videos or video content is the future. So make reels about your skill, or make short videos if you are not that much comfortable with the long videos, or make some YouTube content, right? So this was the second step, that you have to start making your name, right? Making a name is the most important part in freelancing. Coming on to the third pillar, that is your consistency, right? Talking about the consistency, as you know that in freelancing, you are not doing a job. So there is no stable income. It's not like that at every month and you are going to get 1 lakh rupees. It's not like that, right? So you have to maintain consistency. And by consistency, I don't mean that you have to run behind every client, or you have to get hundreds and thousands of clients. It's not like that. You are not TCS or Infosys or HCL. You are not a service-based firm, right? Which like you have to depend on 1,000 clients. It's not like that. You have to work with selected clients, 5, 6 or maximum by 10, and you have to give them so good work that they come to you again and again and again. And the next thing, the thing which I talked about in the starting of the video, you have to pick clients. You have to pick clients. So obviously at the start, you don't need to say that, hey, I don't want to work with you. It's not like that. But when you start getting more and more clients, and then you don't want to work with all the clients, then you have to start picking clients. How to pick a client? Always see that whether the client is clear with the requirements, right? It's not like that client is even not aware about what he actually needs or what she actually needs, right? So you have to check whether the client is having the clarity about the requirements. Otherwise you are going to go in a blind jungle, right, where he is also not clear, and if he is not clear, then how can you develop something, right? And at the end, payment issues are going to come, right? So always try to pick clients. So this was about consistency, and be consistent in posting also. So if you are posting some content on LinkedIn or Instagram, try to be consistent there also, right? Then only the algorithms are going to get adapted to you, to your profile, right? So be consistent in freelancing, in posting, in content creation, and then you can definitely become a good freelancer. So these were the three pillars of freelancing that I wanted to give to you, and I followed to make my name, be consistent, and also focused on my skill, whether in this freelancing journey. Also, the good part of freelancing is that, which I like above job, that I'll just cover that part, that in job your role is fixed, that if you are hired as a Flutter developer, then you are going to work as a Flutter developer. But in freelancing is that if you one day thought that, hey, I'm just bored of Flutter and I want to learn AI or ML, then pick a project. Try to pick a project. If your name is good, then definitely you can get a project out of your expertise also. It's okay. Try to get a project, learn on the way, right? Learn on the way and then deliver the project. If you're a good engineer, if you're a good developer, then you won't have any difficulty in learning on the way and then developing something, right? Today we have ChatGPT, the biggest teacher, the best teacher, right? You can learn on the way and then deliver something, right? So this is the best part which I like above job in freelance. Obviously job has stable income, stability, but freelancing has also its own pros, right? So this was it, guys. And if you want more resources, then I will suggest you that nowadays it's not that much relevant it's not that much relevant of making an account on Upwork and Fiverr and just wait for the clients. They are so much saturated now. Try to make an account on LinkedIn or an Instagram and start posting about your skill. Start talking about your skill. That's the best way of getting clients, right? So this was it, guys. I hope that you liked this video and my journey and my tips. So if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, kill the trend, and keep coding, keep innovating, and thanks a lot.